Welcome to Henry Castle. This is Michael, and I'm Sophie.
Hey.
This.
I have a new shirt.
He's got a new shirt.
Check that out.
Yeah.
The coolest shirt ever.
Yeah, where'd you get it from?
I got it from, it's a Kenji shirt, but I got it from Miles. So.
Nice. Looking rad probably is the right word for that shirt, hey?
Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone will have a look at that.
Yeah.
just so you can see it.
I'm going to start off really strong and just go right into it. Everyone, I've got a Barbie phone and I'm so excited. I said, let's wait till the podcast and we're going to unwrap it. Let's do it straight away. Let's get right into it. No delay.
You couldn't get any more girly.
Well, you just can't. This is just this little box on the inside. And...
I wonder if anyone's ever unboxed a Barbie phone.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is what it looks like once we lift the lid. Well, it's very exciting. Whoop, I'm going to add a bit of paper.
I want to watch it on the screen.
This is very strange. This is different to an iPhone, isn't it? It's got a little keychain. Let's get it out.
So let's all be clear, you're downgrading from the iPhone 16.
Downgrading or upgrading?
The newest, most advanced iPhone on planet Earth.
To
Feat of engineering and technology.
So funny.
Masterpiece.
Here we go. So we've got the little, is that the phone in the center? It is. And it's got a mirror. Check.
For a $200.
Check. Got a mirror. You don't have a mirror on the phone. You've got to go into the camera.
I've got a 4K front and back screen.
Yeah, but you don't have a Barbie phone. So
triple lens.
What's this?
500 gigabytes.
Options for covers. What else do we have? Under here, another cover option. How good's this? It's come with 3 cover options. There's 2 here, and there'll be 1 on the phone itself. Let's have a look. That's what you'd expect. It's Barbie. Bring. Bring, who's calling?
I couldn't think of a more perfect phone for you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a little bit...
Look at that. Everyone's
a little bit corny.
Give me that.
Having a Barbie phone.
Look at that.
Looks like it's for 2-year-olds. Oh
that
my
is
god.
cool.
I know, but don't look at it on your own. You gotta show everyone. Mirror. And you go, ding. Bring.
I was a little girl. I'd be very happy. Or if I was a grown woman.
Cool. But very, very old school.
Oh,
very old school.
Did the clothes there. Mm-hmm. That was sassy.
It's very old school. So, I've got a Barbie phone. Why the hell do I have a Barbie phone?
Are you asking yourself the question?
Sometimes
Rhetorical?
I do. I've been asking this question over the past few days, thinking like I've got to downgrade from not having like my camera that's really good quality, and I don't think I can even be in group chats with my friends. I realised that this morning. Bit of a dilemma.
It's an HMD Barbie phone.
Yeah, so this phone has no smartphone capability, is that correct? And it's on purpose. I don't want it at the moment. I'm going to be super chill, headache free, and just living life back like it's 1999, back in the olden days. I think I had a phone like this in high school.
Wow, it's got Snake.
Ew.
Return of Snake.
Imagine I get addicted to Snake. That'll be an issue.
Well, this would be great.
I'm glad everyone participated in that with me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goes with your water bottle. Show everyone your water bottle too.
Pink.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's matching.
I'm still contemplating. It's going to look a bit funny going around and it's got literally like Barbie on the back. People aren't going to see it. They're just going to see pink, which is fun.
People love Barbie. The movie came out. Everyone...
I know, but it's like it might look a bit...
Not everyone loved the Barbie movie, but a lot of people liked it.
Margot Robbie. How can you not love it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so...
Awesome.
There's the Barbie phone and it's got my little keychain thing.
So the little stickers and stuff in here, in keychains. So you're going to put the stickers on there, or you're just going to just...
There are stickers? Oh my god, everyone! Have a look at this.
More.
Check this out, there's more. Whoa! iPhone doesn't have this, does it? What is this? These are the instructions. They even look fun.
Okay, so this is the case. I see your phone's got a case.
I got a little thing to clean my Barbie phone. Oh, Oh, this is fun. This looks like earrings, but it's like, I don't even know what it's for.
You know, the case is alright, but the phone looks pretty cool about
Look,
the
I got the
case.
coolest little dingle things. I got rollerblades. That's cute.
Have you seen anyone with one of these
I know.
in the wild?
No. Charging cord. That's good. I really should have got my nails done for this grand reveal of the Barbie.
Which colour
case.
would you have them
The
done?
nails are super natural. Yeah, wonder what colour. I probably would have gone rainbow for this grand reveal. Stickers. They're pretty fun stickers.
I might show up and show a bit more. So Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, everyone. Matt loves that movie and book.
No.
Get into that. Take some acid.
Boring.
That's the shirt right there. LSD trip.
Anyway,
In a shirt. If you ever tripping into a shirt, this is what you trip into. There you go.
Yeah, so hopefully with this new phone, hopefully I'll be able to cope in the age that we live in, which definitely need a smartphone. I'm being an absolute I was gonna say retard, and then I held myself back. But yeah, I'm gonna be a bit lame. Yeah.
No, it's fun. I like it.
It's fun.
Yeah, embrace you in a Barbie.
Thanks.
If you love Barbie.
I feel like I'm being forced to embrace it because, that smartphone, it ain't doing wonders for me at the moment. Yeah, if I look at it for literally 2 seconds in the morning, look at a text, I just my headaches just go doing, they just get set off and lame. I'm not living life that way. That's just dumb.
Yeah, you gotta
to be
do
in
what makes
pain
sense
from
for you.
the moment you wake up.
Yeah.
It's I wake up with the headache and then it gets worse looking at the phone. I'm that's just unnecessary. So I feel like I'm emancipated, grabbing woo!
Yeah, the more complicated these phones get, I think you're never going to be able to keep up with them. Your processing speed.
Yeah, my brain speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my brain speed is on 3G, super, old school, and then things are going 4 or 5G. I'm, not able to, so...
Yeah, you're on 1G.
I know, I thought I was pretty good at 3G. Bit generous.
It's got to do you. What's the point? And
Yeah.
everyone else will say, oh, you need this advanced phone. No, you don't. What do you need it for?
Well, I'll test run it, everyone, and see if I survive.
You still have your old phone. It'll just be in a drawer or something.
Yeah.
You can always use or get me to use it.
I have the cutest photos of Tenny and videos. Oh, he's so sweet, and I love looking at them. But that's the problem. I shouldn't be looking at them because they give me pain. And I think, what's the point in living if I'm just gonna be in pain? It's the worst. It's 8 out of 10, all day.
Because everyone's expecting you to just use your phone. Every friend, family member you have, everyone expects you just to keep up with text messages and emails and anyone that you have to deal with in the public or doctors or whatever it is, whoever it is. But it's you're a person who, if someone couldn't walk and they were in a wheelchair, you wouldn't expect them to walk across the road to get somewhere.
To use their arms to drag them. I'm literally digging down to the depths of my ability, using the phone and
Yeah. Well, and not only is it just a fix that solution, it's also super cool. You're super cool.
Well, I don't know if it's super cool or
It
super
looks cool.
lame, but you guys go on.
It's not cool for me, but it's cool. That's
It's
cool.
cool.
I used to love my flip
It
phone.
kind of matches your outfit.
I had my
Michael.
Motorola flip phone as well. It was nice.
You
I
need
used to
one
love
that's
that. You just
you need a
That's so
tie-dye phone.
you do your lipstick and all your
Yeah.
gal things.
What girls do, what boys imagine girls do all the time. Just apply blush and highlighter throughout the day.
Yeah.
I can do it now. Awesome.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah. So this week, a big theme in a way that's been coming up, especially in the past few days, has been relationships and relationship dramas.
I was already swaying before you said that. I was doing my nervous sway. Sophie said I
No,
never sway too much. I started doing my eyes before you even said
Michael,
it.
the other episode, I was woo.
But I'm also kind of fun.
Stop that. What
It
is
might be
that?
nervous, but it's I kind of like moving.
I don't know if it's nervous. You're just kind of
I'm-
rolling with this face, and I'm
I like it. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. It
Yeah.
looks it was making me feel a bit anxious looking at it.
Like in a crowd, a light in there. Yeah.
Well, don't try to distract me. You're not swaying like that dude and girl who got caught out cheating.
Like
sway,
sway.
No. So yeah, you can't distract me.
That thing blew over.
I'm gonna keep going on with this.
No one even cares about that now, do they? Everyone's just over that.
Oh my god, everyone's
that was all everyone was talking about. It was everywhere.
The cheating scandal.
It's gone now.
Yeah, which is a bit on topic, cheating. So it's not necessarily cheating, but my friends were just talking about arguing with their partners, and like everyone does, like some more than others, I suppose. But yeah, and then one friend's having something more serious, and like it's very emotional. And it's just been making us all think about, you know, that topic of like, how is everyone dealing with it? It's interesting when you chat with your friends and you hear like how they deal with things or don't deal with them, and how we would like to deal with them. And I just think that's so, I love talking about it. I love reality television.
Can you give us like an example? Like, you don't have to say who it is, but
Yeah.
like an example of like what a friend was like, so like an argument just like over
I don't want to like I'm
housework
not gonna like
or
let
something.
stuff loose
Just like
on
like
here
you
specifically.
like you do the dishes, like there's some like
My friend, she won't mind me mentioning this because it literally was, we agreed that it was quite funny. So she's driving off with her partner, and then she's like, where are we going? Like, where are we going to go and eat? And they're like, I'm not sure, you pick. And my friend was saying, no, you pick. Like, she always picks. And then she's like, well, we might as well just go home then. So they went home.
we'll eat nothing for dinner. She stayed all cold. Did she get...
Yeah. So like that's an example of how things just like you're tired and you just like, it's like a silly
Are they being polite to each other? Like you pick, or just like they didn't want to they want to pick because they're just tired?
I think that has like, have we had our own version of that? Like maybe like someone feels like they're always choosing what to do. I feel like we don't usually like
our arguments are confusing because I feel like with your disability it gets very confusing what we're arguing about. I don't understand.
I just start like ranting
It doesn't
about
really,
I know.
It doesn't make sense really. So yeah, I don't know.
And sometimes it catches you off guard.
Yeah, because you
sometimes you're just like, you're being tired and like
everything's going well, so when you start like getting annoyed or angry and things are going well, I'm really just confused what's happening.
But like things are going well, but I've got this raging headache and I've been putting up with it all day, not telling anyone because like it's every day. And then by the end of the day I might be feeling like, oh, I just need 1 second to, I don't know, I remember when Teddy was a bit younger and I just wanted to go to the bathroom. And I think like other moms will empathize with this. And I've kind of I've given into the idea of like, you can even go to the bathroom on your own. I'm just like, if this is like a moment that we're going to share as well, like, so be it. So I've kind of like let that one slide. But I think on one day I was like, I would really just like to go to the bathroom, as in the toilet. Michael and I don't call it the toilet, we call it the bathroom. So like, I don't know, we just always call it the bathroom. But I was like, on that day, I just want to go to the bathroom on my own. And then I think like something like that might get me upset.
Well, what's happening? What are you talking
about?
about?
It's just kind of retelling, like, just random things that happen sometimes.
But I don't get
when you're tired.
Okay, so you want to go to the bathroom on your own. I don't get what you're saying.
It's just like when you're, like, you just want to, like, do something and have, like, it doesn't have to be the bathroom, but it could be, like, anything, like, have a tea, or sometimes, like, if you feel just really strung out, like, you've been, like, on the go, like, the whole day or something. Do you feel that way? Like, sometimes, I suppose being a dad, you might get a bit more time out. Like, being a mom, like, you're with the little baby, like, all the time. Yeah. And I just remember there were some days I'm like, I just, like, that might have been something that might have just made me react to something. And then we start having...
I don't remember this happening at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, well, I think, but that's the thing, like, it would have just that would have come out like in
That's the
something
confusing
else.
thing about Sophie and like MS is that she doesn't really explain things properly, or like when they're happening, or what she might be thinking.
Yeah.
It's like she might be thinking something in her head, and then it might be too late, and then she's already like lost it over the thing that she's thinking about.
Or sometimes I'm thinking something and it's not true. Like
Yeah.
But I think other
That's a
people
lot
have that
of the
too.
time that happens. It's really hard using comparing us stuff with people, because Sophie will think things and then they'll sort of build in her head for a while, and then she'll think it's kind of real, and then eventually she'll get so upset and overwhelmed by it, and then eventually tell me, and I go, why didn't you tell me this sooner, that
But like,
this thing
what's
is
an
in your head?
example? I'm trying to think of it. Like, I think sometimes I think like maybe Michael's angry at me. I think sometimes I think that.
That's one
And like, oh, Michael's angry. Like, you're angry at me, and then I'm feeling kind of stressed, trying not to upset you or something. Then Michael's like, you're not angry.
Or you'll tell me, or you'll say, another
Yeah.
one is like, you go, I don't want to be around, you'll think I don't want to be around you and Teddy or something. You're like, you don't want to be with us. You're like trying to do things to be away from us or something.
Yeah, I think I've got upset about
These are just things that you just imagine.
So today we're like really keeping
Yeah.
it real. So we're going to try to be like as vulnerable, because I think it's good when, as listeners, I think it's good to listen to a podcast where people aren't just like putting on a show, and it's kind of like Instagram where you think, oh, like these two, they've just got it lucky, you know? They just have like rainbow sunshine all the time.
Well,
I
do
it's
people
cool to
think
keep
that
it
we're
real.
like that?
Yeah, one of my friends has said that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But obviously that's
When
not
they
real.
watch it, I know, but it's hard when you're like watching something. Like people are prone to comparing.
I still think our situation's different to everyone's. I honestly think
It is. Everyone's situation's different.
Yeah,
too.
I think no, because you've got a very rare rare
Yeah.
disease. It's 1 in 1,000 disease. So obviously
True.
there's like probably 20,000 more people. You know, how many people in the world have what your thing is? Like in Australia, how many people have it? It's like,
Yeah, not that many.
It's like, so it's 1 in 1,000. It's quite
And then
complicated.
within that as well, I think, that was such a good word that a specialist used the other day to describe just basically that there's so much variation in MS as well. So you can be like, oh, I know someone with MS and they're working, or I know someone with MS and they died when they were 40. So I've heard like both those, you know, different examples of MS. I think it's one of those illnesses, and there are so many others similar to. There's so many different experiences of it, so it's hard to, even within the group of MS, be like, you know, I'm similar to all the other people with MS, and our relationships could be
yeah, like some people with MS.
I've
I've met about 5 to 7 people with MS, and none of them experience what Sophie's experiencing in terms of severe headaches and not able to use screens.
Yeah, and fatigue. Like, I've got to have a nap every day,
and
and it's
the level
so
of
dumb.
fatigue
Like,
and
I feel like a child.
the level of
and it's
fatigue and the level of
frustrating.
overwhelm that Sophie experiences. So the other ones I met usually were difficulty walking, vertigo, couldn't walk at all.
Yeah.
So ranged in all around there. So
I've got a lot of scarring in the problem-solving center of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, and that's like so bad if we're having like a discussion between us, or if just something goes wrong during the day and I'm trying to solve it, I'll just crumble. It's almost like a deer in headlights. I'll just kind of get frozen and feel like I'm dying inside, like that sense of like I have no idea what to do now. But it's not even a complicated problem. It could be like I'm cooking and then the rice falls all on the ground and I can't kind of put together, now what? I'm just like, oh, like
you're just Michael. Start screaming, Michael.
But if I had to deal with that on my own, it would be overwhelming.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused. They're just like, what do you mean she needs a carer? Like, what does that mean? A lot of people don't understand that. I always get, in the past, in the earlier days, people would always think, like, why aren't you just at work full time? Sophie, she looks beautiful. She looks so wonderful. Usually that's what people say, is Sophie looks beautiful. That's usually what they go for. And I go, yeah, but someone can look beautiful but still be unwell. It's not.
I don't always look beautiful.
I think you do. But that's what people would say to me, though. And even like family of mine, friends of mine would say it.
Yeah.
Not the friends of mine. My mates won't
Especially
say
like
it.
there's a big problem with posting, because like you don't want to post photos where you look good. Not if you've got MS, because people just go, you're fine, look how good she's going. But I've had times where I'd have photos on Instagram, putting them on Instagram, I would feel like I'm dying. Like afterwards I would probably like start crying over something for ages and have like a meltdown. But when people see the photo, this is the whole Instagram thing of like that facade of Instagram. It's just so
people
crazy.
are quick to just go, oh, okay, you took some good photos.
Oh my god, you're smiling?
Yeah.
You're smiling for that like time that the photo is taken.
But it's just people don't know. And I don't know, this could be in our heads, but people did say to me, like, why aren't you both of you working? Some people have said, why isn't Sophie working? I'm like, good luck getting her to do any sort of job. Like, I don't know what job you could do. Like, you could teach yoga for an hour maybe, but like that wouldn't be able to be consistent. Like, maybe you could try doing it, but consistently is really hard. It's like when you do yoga, it's by donation. It's like, it's with usually friends there. You know, it's like, there's like parameters that you could stop if you had to. It's just, and then like to guarantee that you're fine on any given morning to repeat the process.
I think the thing is it's just the symptoms that I have of MS. It's not conducive to me working. No, it's just not. Unfortunately, I liked working like aspects of it, and then if you're just super dizzy and with the Barbie phone, like I don't want to be using this, but like it's fine. Like
you may as well use it.
You might as well make it fun, right?
Like there's no other cool smart like old phone flip.
But I don't want to use it. Like I'd much prefer to have my smartphone and like use it, just like not be addicted to it. Like I've never been addicted too much to technology. If I did get that like sense of addiction, I would put up literally a poster back at uni and have it on the wall saying like the internet is stupid. That was just what worked for me, and I would have pictures of fun things that I like doing to kind of like get me off the computer. But anyway, I don't want to have a Barbie like stupid phone, but hopefully it helps.
Well, look, if you were able to just use the normal technology like everyone, you'd be as addicted. Well, you still are addicted in the sense that the urge to use it's still there, but you're not addicted that you're able to use it as much as everyone else. I just think because you have an urge
to use something, I don't think that means you're addicted to it.
No, but I'm saying you still have the urge to use it like everyone else does.
Yeah,
right?
I still think
but you can't use it. But everyone else is addicted to technology.
It's kind of
full on addicted, right?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So in that reality, if you didn't have MS and you just were addicted like everyone else, it would be a good move.
Oh, well, that's why it exists. Like, it's here to make money. Like, who's come out with it?
So there are a lot of people out there who don't have
Barbie,
MS, who are
HD.
addicted to their phones.
Like, who's made this? Mattel. But is it like Nokia or something? I don't know. Anyway, someone thought it was a good idea to make money.
Mattel's the Barbie brand.
Yeah, I know. HMD. But, is it like Panasonic? What brands are phones? Apple? It's definitely
I think this is just Mattel. I think Mattel has just built their own phone.
Right. But yeah, there's a market in it because people are addicted.
So is it Mattel Barbie phone? So Barbie phone.
So let's get back on track because I think Michael's done a very good job at distracting the conversation away from relationships.
Okay.
And like,
it's by Nokia.
Here we go.
So HMD, Human Mobile Devices.
I thought it would be.
It's playing HMD, like right? Every time I keep saying HMD Barbie phone, I kept thinking to myself, oh, it's like HD Barbie phone. Like maybe the pictures are really good quality. But HMD just means Human Mobile Devices, the company that owns the Nokia brand. It's a dumb phone. Or a feature phone, not a smartphone.
Barbie's dumb.
And focuses on calls, text, and nostalgic digital detox experience.
Digital detox experience.
Yeah, or like, multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, I'm just like hopping on this bandwagon. Michael, what would you say are ways that we, like, when arguments or squabbling, like whatever you want to call it, when those moments happen between us, like what do you think are the ways that you deal with it to de-escalate, get over it, just go back to having fun, basically?
Many strategies. Like with you, it's really Yeah, you got to try all sorts of different
with
things.
you.
Yeah, no, it's not like a normal
Okay.
situation at all.
True.
Because Sophie's, her scarring on her brain's on her emotional parts of her brain.
It's everywhere, significant bad, and it's like, why did that happen to me?
Yeah, so I've dated girls in the past, and it's just nothing comparable at all in the terms of when Sophie's annoyed about something or like upset or confused or overwhelmed by something. It's not comparable to any human being, not alone a girlfriend I've had or something.
It sounds like a monster.
No, but it's just it's a very serious disability, and that's why people don't take it seriously. Because I think Sophie holds on really tightly when she's outside. She perseveres till she's at home, and then when she gets home, and then it can come out. Like she'll sit for a lunch with people, and then
just like in my head, I'm literally spinning. Like I don't feel like I'm even sitting at the table, but I just want to be there so bad because I'm so social.
It's everything. It's eye contact. It's continuously talking. It's paying attention to what they're saying. So it's like
I feel like I noticed that dizzy feeling, but it's hard to explain the other. I literally today I called my friend. I called a friend who arrived the same name as the friend I was already with. And I was like, I didn't even notice at the time because I was just like, that's her name. But then later on, I realized that I was calling the friend that I was with that same name. And I was like, shivers, that's my friend I'm with's name. And this sounds really bad, but I had to look on my phone to check the name because I don't know what happened with my brain. This friend of mine I'm so close with as well. We met about a month ago, but I become really close with her. I had to check my phone. Yeah. It was so bad.
I'm not surprised though.
But like,
that's
thank
a good one,
God I've got brain scarring because like it's definitely linked.
It's a good one. You haven't done that one yet. That's a good one.
That was like a first. I was like dying inside. my friend, I said to my friend, I was like, I just called our other friend your name. And she's like, no, I realized. She's like, but she thought she was like off on another planet. She was super confused what was going on. She just thought she was making an issue listening to me. Like an error, but it was my fault. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so with Sophie and just with anyone, I think when like problems happen, I just get upset myself when I react, like when I get involved into it, because it's just Sophie. It's Sophie. Just some things will flip Sophie out, and it doesn't make sense to anyone else. Just something will go wrong. She'll read something, and it'll be, oh no, like this didn't work out properly, or like I got charged something, or whatever the thing is, something's just incorrect. I lost my phone or something, you know, and someone else would just be like, okay, well I'm just going to go back to where I was.
That's not like a squabble or like a tiff or an argument between us. That's like, but those times can sometimes like. I'm
just trying to think of times when you get upset, but like we don't really have problems between us because I'm non-stop helping you navigate through the day.
So on Saturday morning, I wanted to go to the beach. I was being annoying on Saturday morning. I asked Michael 10 times if he wanted to go to the beach, and then you reacted to that. So that was a bit out of the ordinary. I wouldn't usually do that.
Yeah.
I just really wanted Michael to come to the beach.
Yeah, but I'm doing housework.
I know,
there's so much stuff I've got to do. Like,
it's
just I'm busy. It's also freezing. It's winter as well, so I'm not that excited to go to the beach.
It's kind of like cold inside, super like holiday vibes outside. It was so sunny and delish for the beach.
But yeah, so Sophie just, I think it's that Sophie has a plan in her head, and it's like, I'm going to the beach and I want to go and I want Michael to come.
I definitely was upset in that moment.
But you're meeting a friend there, so you're meeting a friend and her baby with your baby at the beach.
But
like, I don't have to be involved in that plan at all.
Of course you don't. I had
busy.
I had this crazy idea in my head of, I was like, my husband is, and like Michael loves going to the beach, so I was confused, like Michael not going to the beach, and I had this like expectation I was putting on Michael that he's a beach person and he'll go to the beach at any opportunity, and it wasn't matching that expectation on Saturday morning when you were saying you weren't going. So I was being caught on this idea in my head. When I'd gone to the beach, I had some time away and space to reflect on what happened. And I felt so bad because I realized when you have a partner, and this is part of, I suppose, like a way to, when there are issues, like how to deal with them. When you have a partner and you love them dearly and they're your everything, they're your whole world, and especially if you married them, you just love everything about your partner. And but in saying that, I suppose a psychologist would probably say it's important to have like some things that aren't perfect, but I don't know, just when you really like fall in love, I don't know, well, I'm gonna speak for myself and like call me out if I'm wrong, whatever, but like I love everything about Michael, like even the things that are different, or but I don't, that's Michael. So who was I in that moment on Saturday morning to be like, you're not fitting like the picture of what I want my husband to be? That literally was like, in my head, I was struggling with that concept. So coming back to that idea of when you love your partner and you've chosen this person, if you want to choose someone else, that's good. You've got the option. But if you love that person you're with, it's about committing completely to them. And I think with that, then embracing who they are and embracing those things that you might think are a bit like, oh, like, why are you doing it that way? Or, like, why aren't you behaving this way? It's about just embracing who they are. And I think that's probably a massive secret to, like, a healthy relationship. And I don't know, I think that's a big part of it. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously you should love all the aspects of your partner, but it's just not. We didn't used to fight at all before you got your diagnosis.
No, we did. We fought so bad, and it was so bad because we didn't understand what was happening. Like, I remember we travelled up to Queensland to see Michael's mum.
That was one time, that was out of confused, like, that was a seriously confused situation.
I know, but I got really hot.
And I didn't fight with you, you just got really confused.
Well, I was feeling really panicked.
Yeah, it wasn't a fight, you just spun out entirely.
I felt I felt like such a problem with like the beach, and this was including a pool. This is I remember waiting by a pool in the backyard, and I was wanting Michael to come out, and you were coming out slower than I'd wanted, but I was getting really hot.
Yeah.
So my MS stuff was going out of
these
control.
Things just like, you gotta understand, so these things just don't count. They don't count as fights. They're not. Like, you have a serious illness that like in heat triggers you to like flip out. It's just not the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not. Like, other people get into fights over like the stupidest things that you and I don't have fights over. Yeah. We don't. It's just like people like, oh, I hate there's this trash everywhere. Why aren't you taking out the rubbish? I got a friend who got dumped and they were fighting heaps because he wasn't taking out the rubbish. Yeah. They got rubbish everywhere. It's just like, and these are adults too, people in their 30s. It's like, that's what's happening. People are just squabbling over really strange, bizarre things. We don't have any of these issues.
I think it sounds like I'm having a fight, but like you're not part of it. In my head, I've got like alarm bells going off, fight, but that's part of that problem solving thing. I'm not
it's like for instance, the other day when you're like, come to the beach, right, and I'm doing the house jobs, like I said, no, I'm busy doing house jobs, and you're like, oh, you do them later. I'm like, no, I want to do them now. I gotta get them done. There's a lot of them. And then like, usually someone will just go, okay, well, that's what you're doing today. But then you ask again, and I'd say, no, I've really got to do them. And then you ask again, and I go, no, well, it's cold anyway. I'm not even like excited to go if I didn't have the house jobs.
And I'm being annoying.
Yeah. And then you ask a fourth time, and then by the fifth time, it starts to get this like aggressive thing you start doing because you're just like stressing out about it. Yeah. And then by the sixth time, then around there, I'm starting to lose it because I'm meanwhile doing and I start to feel like I'm not appreciated for what I'm doing.
That was a massive part
and then I start to trip out. But like,
and then I was thinking, oh no, I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? Because that was not what I was about.
Video games. Like, I was lugging up like really heavy boxes from our basement, our storage things, so I could like
the dumbest
I could like switch out like babies like getting too old for a lot of these things. So we need to get rid of like the baby toys and get like toddler stuff, or like rearrange the books and remove like little toys.
Would you say that that's an important thing for guys to feel appreciated? Like, as a girl, I don't think about that
I
too
know you
much.
appreciate me. Like it's just, I think I've got a thing. If I get literally asked the same question like 10 times in a row, I start to like lose the flow of it. And also, we're waking up at night time. Like Teddy still wakes up some nights. Like we're awake that night for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Like he woke up and I was in the room, we're talking,
Yeah.
and we're trying to like get him back to sleep and doing things.
My greatest tip, the thing that's been working for me, has been don't trust anything that you're thinking if you're in the middle of a disagreement and you're feeling off center in terms of you just don't feel calm. If you don't feel calm, don't say anything. don't like make any facial expressions. Try to either remove yourself from the moment or do really good breathing, deep breathing, slow breathing. Just don't say anything. You'll make it worse. I think for me, that's something really effective. If you don't feel calm, remove yourself. Say, let's talk about this later. I can't talk right now. I don't feel okay, and I need to. I'm looking forward to talking to you about this later.
I also just think for me, it's like it just become like it's such a strange situation that we find ourselves in. It's just not the normal.
Yeah. Oh, situation. It's very strange to look at my phone. Like.
It's just like when it's happening, it's like
Oh,
you can only say the same thing so many times, and then you feel like you're like really upsetting the person. But like I've just got to remember with you that like it's just you've got this horrible disease, and it's not me that's making you flip out.
And it's not only like the MS; it's like with
if I literally just don't engage with whatever Sophie flips out about, and if I just keep my center and not get involved, after 20 minutes or 30 minutes, she'll just calm back down. Maybe she'll like become cooler again. Like she gets really hot when she's stressing out. And you cool down.
And when I'm hot, it's not just like, oh, I'm hot. It's like when I'm hot, like the brain signals
Sophie
like
gets
go
so
slow.
hot. Like you feel Sophie, she's so hot. Like,
I know,
now
but
she's
it's
a bit
not.
hot, but
People
not fully.
get hot, but
and you
for
feel
me,
like your forehead be really hot too. I guess to get ice packs and put them all over all the time.
For
like
me, it's the brain signals get slowed down, so I can't even think properly, and that's a problem.
But so it's just unfortunate that sometimes, like due to probably like tiredness, is like I react, but after a lot, like it's not straight away, but it's after a bit, and or if I'm overwhelmed, like I get overwhelmed too. Like everyone gets overwhelmed, but especially with a baby, he's getting to a point now where he's starting to climb things. He wants to climb up the microwave and do things, and in public he starts doing strange things, and like I find that overwhelming. So if I start to get overwhelmed when he's like about to hurt himself, or I'm trying to do something, like I'm filling up the dishwasher and he's trying to jump onto the dishwasher and like rip everything out, like I start to panic. So I'm like, he's gonna hurt himself, he's gonna flip and hit the corner or the tiles, dishwasher will break, that's $1,000 repairing.
Another great
thing, so I start to get overwhelmed, and you know, if like Sophie's not able to help me because she's overwhelmed or stressing out something separate to that situation, like that gets me a bit reactive. But this just isn't a normal situation. Like in any other situation, the other person, like both people aren't dealing with the level of overwhelm that you have, so they can work together as like this seamless unit at all times.
I think it's you know, I think there's something to what you're saying, but I think there's also, I think people just generally find parenting challenging as well.
Sure.
It's not like, oh, let's just like have this like seamless flow of supporting each other. Like people get tired as well. Like you don't have to have MS to feel tired. So people go to work and they're exhausted.
Look, it's hard to know because like it was only after we're only together a year, pretty much a year before you had the diagnosis, and in that time we
weren't even together a year before the diagnosis, but I'd had it for 10 years. Like the whole time we were together. I'm just saying in that 9 months or so, 10 months, it was just that whole time we weren't fighting about anything. There was no fights. But it's obviously people have the honeymoon period. Where people I still
have the honeymoon
remember
period for 2 years.
There was that time like Michael wasn't participating in the fight because he was just doing what he was doing, but I was having alarm bells by the pool.
It looked like there was like a panic attack. That was the first time I've ever seen Sophie losing it. But like it wasn't really like it looked confusing. It looked like as if like fire extinguishers were going off in your head or something.
I was really confused why Michael wasn't coming out from the house quicker to go into the pool, and I felt I was taking it kind of like I wasn't being respected or something, like not respected, but like he didn't want to hang out with me. He's just doing his own. But I remember that was in Bondi. I used to have like I used to cry a lot, but it's still probably just like my own anxieties more than any. Yeah, I don't remember feeling upset with you.
No, it's not nothing. Yeah, I don't think anything's real. Like,
it was always. Like
it sounds crazy because we've been together 10 years now, nearly. So it's like, so if someone to say, "Oh, we haven't had a proper fight," I don't think we have. I really don't think so. Like, I've dated people before, and I know the difference with friends and family and what like a real fight is over someone being mean to you. And they're doing it intentionally or on purpose or something,
Never.
or they're disregarding you on purpose.
Yeah.
We don't do that to each other. It's
Whenever
just not part of our
Michael's
life.
upset with me, I'm just dying inside because I know I've very much contributed to it, and it's a horrible feeling.
But we only get to that point because of the horrible illness.
I know, because of the illness, and then I'm like,
just frustrating because it's like
so annoyed at myself, but it's not myself because it's just
it's just like
disease.
Yeah, every time it's out of it's always just the same as we said with the come to the beach thing. It's just like repetitively getting asked the same question again and again and again and again, and then answering different ways. And eventually I start to feel like I'm letting you down. But then I'm like, but Sophie presents so well, I always forget about it. So I don't forget. I always like it's always in my head that she has it. I always know. It's like so quick to my mind. I'm not forgetting it. But I start to feel like I'm letting you down because I'm doing so much to help you all the time that I feel like, oh my God, like I'm still failing or something. Like I'm failing at helping you with your illness. Like,
and it's frustrating.
I spend all my time trying to help you and I still can't even, it's like help you more or something or stop you from doing that.
That almost sounds really, well, it does sound really sweet. Like,
but our house is completely in order. Like everything's always like completely tidy. Our like rubbish is out. All our clothes, everything's washed. Like we're on top of everything.
So it sounds like when there's teamwork.
Usually people fight when the house. Usually it's something to do with housework. That's what I think happens with a lot of people. It's to do with housework, or it's like external things like going out drinking and not coming home or whatever. It's like going out with the boys. Like a guy goes out with the boys, or the woman spends too much money. Fashion or what, like it's these like strange other problems, but we don't have any of that. We don't do any of those things. Like,
I think it's interesting. There's kind of like disagreements that people can have when there's like an issue with housework, or people can have disagreements if they feel like they're going through something emotional and their partner's not supporting them through it. I think sometimes that happens as well. And I think I was just thinking, one of my friends, she always asks me, it's even as a friend, she's one of my best friends, Liz. She won't mind me mentioning her name. But she always asks me, how can I help you right now? Because sometimes you can see I'm getting overwhelmed or like tired, dizzy or whatever. And she'll say to me, how can I help right now? And it's just really nice. I love that. I love that someone frames it that way, because I know that I want to help my friends, but it's kind of like the obvious thing to do that we just don't do, because people don't generally ask that question. I think even with Michael, like I've been asking Michael that question sometimes, like, how can I help right now? Have I? I think, have I? Maybe. I think maybe
I think you always think I'm just strong and I'm okay. I think that's how you think of me.
No, I have been, because Michael struggles with back pain and his neck got really stuck. Like he couldn't move it, and so he's like a statue, like can't move it. But the poor thing, he's in so much pain. And then in those times I have been saying, how can I help? And so it might be like doing like a neck rub, or...
That's the weakest neck massage.
I know, and I only did it once, but I was so scared I was going to make it worse, because it was so stuck.
No, just get an elbow and dig in there.
I'm all about yoga if you want to go through like a yoga sequence to unlock some stuff.
No, Sophie definitely cares. Like I don't ever think that you don't. That's what I mean. Like your intentions, like we're on the same page, like the same team. Like
team. I realize
we're on the same team.
Word.
I don't like it sucks. I know you're trying to help everyone else out and like give like relationship advice or how to like fix problems between people, but we're on the same team. I don't ever like doubt that. It's just unfortunate that you've got this illness, and I think Sophie does like have this thing where you kind of forget how complicated things are and think of it like, oh, let's add, do more. And like she'll like add more things to the equation. Like, oh, let's organize something with this person. Like, even though I'm not doing well, like, oh, I'll organize this. And I'm like, you're not doing great today. You should like calm the farm and just like do less or something,
I don't do less very well. I literally like hung out with someone. Was that yesterday? I was like hanging out with someone, and then my other friend was like, "Did you want to catch up?" And I'm like, "I'm already going somewhere." And I wanted to combine the two things, but that doesn't always. Well, it just you can't like force a double, triple catch up.
Well, look, once it's all happening, and once like let's say I've like I've like joined Sophie's level, but sometimes when Sophie's upset, I'll try and join her level to get her out of the level. Like if she's freaking out about something,
Michael's got all
like strategy 1 is just to try and like say like it'll be okay, like try and fix it. Just
that sounds nice.
I can clean it up. I can like clean the thing, or I can take it back for you. Don't worry, they're gonna let me return it. I know you can't use it, but like you haven't touched it, they'll take it back or whatever the thing is. I try and ease you through the process that way. Nice. The other way is like if that doesn't work, because usually that just won't work, and then she'll start to get real upset about herself. I'm so stupid. How did I do this? Why am I so stupid? And you start going off on a self-destructive tangent. Like I'm an idiot. Like why am I alive? Like start going to this other thing.
Why am I alive?
Just whatever. Like you say, and then it's like that. In that instance, like I can be like. Oh, I'm so stupid as well. Like I can't believe I'm so dumb. My life is the way. Like I'll start just being dramatic.
Head.
Yeah, I'll start just like joining in and getting all dramatic about my own life or something. And then that kind of...
You need to breathe at that point.
No, but like it snaps you out because then you start thinking about your thing. Yeah, you snap out of it because you go, oh, Michael's got his own thing happening here. Oh, I'll just park this thing I'm doing.
He's lost it.
Yeah, so that's like another one. You can do that one.
That's funny.
Or you can just like, there's so many things with Sophie. Like
sometimes Michael tries to give me a hug.
Ice packs.
Yeah, ice packs.
Hugs.
You try to hug me, but then sometimes when you feel upset, when I feel upset, I just feel so
you start to like
broken.
You like cower away from me like with a hug, and I'll be like I'm gonna attack you with a knife or something. It's kind of like get away from me. I'm like okay, well that's not gonna work, that strategy. But I think hugging for a lot of people would be a good strategy if people are trying to find something. Well, I think obviously go for fixing and hugging.
Hugging like works 90% of the time.
Yeah,
it's like 10%, right? Just
don't use an ice pack on them. That might freak them out. Or maybe that is it. Maybe everyone just gets hot when they're angry or something. But we've been doing this for
cold shower. Get in the cold shower, and I'll be like, I don't want to have a cold shower right now. Yeah. We used to do that a lot.
Like we've been doing this for so long. Like it's like this has been like 9 years of this. So
do you feel like because sorry for clapping everyone, I hope that wasn't too loud. Do you feel like because I've gone through, it's been rough, like
there
have
really
been
rough.
times.
This makes it sound like it's just a joke.
I laugh because might as well laugh, otherwise you cry. And I feel as though the times that have been tough, they've brought us together. Like we have like merged together, like separate bodies, same kind of consciousness. Yeah, I feel that with Mike.
Yeah, no, it's so on the same page, but it's a very, very serious illness. Like no one flips out like Sophie does. I'm telling you, I've been around so many people.
But look at me, I'm so innocent, and my phone's Barbie.
Yeah. Like it's just
surely
and it's
I
over
couldn't
and
flip out.
it's not like
flip out,
like I've been around who would flip out.
Hey look, my phone flips.
Yeah. How convenient.
Flipping out.
But it's over the things it's the things that you flip out over. It's like people flip out. I've been around friends and people like my family have flipped out before.
Yeah.
Right? People flip out, I get that. People be listening and go, I flip out. But it's what you flip out over.
The pool noise.
Yeah, it's just the things
that... It's like, I don't just like flip out. For me, I'm like, it's
like Sophie sees a pattern.
And then I'm having like my fatigue.
Sophie sees a pattern. Like she can't see the patterns on our doors or like the crisscross fly screen doors. She can't look at that.
So the whole time I have to keep them covered with the curtain because I can't have the door like showing. It's effed up.
Yeah, so it's just, the keys for Sophie to have a good day is just like keep her away from the phone. Now she's got a flip phone, that'll really help.
We're meant to be talking about relationships, not just me.
I know, but it's just, that's saying, I don't want to, like, there are people out there with, like, relationships where they're really struggling, and stuff like that. And we're just not that. It's just like we can try
I
and give
think we
advice.
still have relationship like tensions just from like everyday. We're not. I suppose we're not fighting, but people still would find like things like if you're not feeling centered, remove yourself.
I think if we were living life like everyone else, we would be. If we like, but we're not living life like everyone else. Like we're not working 9 to 5 and getting shouted at by a boss.
Yeah.
We have a really good diet. And also, we don't drink alcohol. I don't go out and drink with people and come home the next day or 2 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm all drunk and like, it's just we don't have any of that. So it's like we're not doing any of the normal things that people are doing to have fights about. So it's just not the same thing. That's interesting.
Yeah, we kind of choose to keep things as simple as possible.
Yeah, we haven't got bad habits. We save well. We just like do we do the right things. And like people go, well, I don't want to live the life you're living because that sounds boring. But like. We don't. Right. I'm like we have to live this way because we try to live like other people. It wouldn't work with Sophie's illness.
I feel like we're kind of living a life kind of as though we're very religious. Would you
like
say?
Yeah, like Mormons, like less technology and like.
And like I don't drink. Like we don't drink.
I haven't drank in 4 years. It's just like it just doesn't help. There's no point.
Oh no, I didn't even drink at my wedding.
Is it 5? 7 drinking? Whatever. I don't know. Like I'm just losing count now. I used to count, but like it's just there's no point drinking because you're around someone who's really unwell and you're hungover. It's just like that's not gonna work. Like you can't drink. Like it's not like Sophie's not meant to drink. No one said she can't drink, but she shouldn't drink. So it's gonna hurt her head. But they haven't.
I just want something came to me. I think the thing that helps me because. In my head, I think I'm going through more turmoil and feeling at times like more agitated maybe by Michael because of my illness. Also, just I still think when you're living with someone, there are things that happen.
I'm the only person that you'd be able to live with, like, because when we first got together, I had my own really bad back problems, and I had like diagnosis of like ankylosing spondylitis, all this like weird stuff, and I was really unwell. Like I couldn't even sit.
Michael had to tell me that he was sick after we were formally boyfriend girlfriend. I'd made him sit through the whole hour of a ballet. And he sat there in pain the whole time, but he couldn't tell me. And then so he thought this is really important to tell me the next day. So he sat me down. I was in the apartment I was staying in, which was my mom's. Sat down on the white leather lounge, and he's like, I've got to tell you something. I've got to tell you something. And then he's like, I've got ankylosing spondylitis. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I thought you were going to tell me you were dying. So we're all good. All right. Love you guys. Teddy's awake. So
hug each other.
Hug each other. Deep undercurrents of love. Everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah. Try and be on the same team.
Be on the same team.
Yeah.
Breathe. Remove yourself.
Yeah. If something's like creating arguments,
Don't flip out.
Stop doing things that create arguments.
Don't flip out.
Yeah. Don't ask someone 10 times.
Yeah, don't ask someone 10 times the same thing. If they've said no, it's no.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, we love you.
Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye.